I am John Howard, and in this short video today, it's going to be really simple. It's going to just be my rental portfolio story for you. Just going to go back and actually, what's interesting is, I live out here in California. I moved to Los Angeles shortly after I graduated college, and what happened was, fortunately, in my 20s, I purchased my first property with my brother. And again, at this point, this is over 20 years ago. But at that time that we purchased it, I actually didn't even have the $25,000 for the down payment. So what happened was my brother and I split the 20% down payment. So that way we didn't have to come up with, at the time, the PMI, the private mortgage insurance, if you came up with 20%. So he actually had the 25,000 and I didn't. So I borrowed it. But the great news is that I actually was able to pay it back 8 months later. When I say borrow, I didn't put it on a credit card. It was, I borrowed it from a family member. And so what happened was 1 year and 6 months after this, I purchased my first vacation house, and that was on a lake in Southern California. I did this with a 20% down payment, or $75,000 at the time. The place was a total dump, except for an absolutely amazing view and an amazing pool. Now, that 75,000 is just the actual down payment to actually get into the property. That doesn't include any of the money associated with all the renovations that I did, which I did do a lot of renovations, at the time. In fact, I pretty much redid the entire house and left everything except for the windows downstairs and then the bathtub and the upstairs guest. Everything else was redone. Okay, so now, basically 2 years after I closed on the purchase of the vacation house, I purchased the third property in West Los Angeles, which would be which would become my main residence. Now, this was a bigger purchase, and this was the same thing again, 20% down to get into the property, and it was more expensive. So this 20% down was around $130,000, and this was a newly constructed loft condo, pretty close to the beach here in Los Angeles. So no renovations were needed. What's interesting was, when I had purchased the condo with my brother, it was qualifying. I feel like wasn't really as tough back then, but what we did was we actually went with a mortgage broker, and he put us in this kind of, ARM thing, adjustable rate mortgage, which wasn't really that great of a mortgage, but interest rates weren't very high at that time because it was, somewhat reasonably after 9/11, right? But what was interesting was I actually barely had any income when we actually closed on it, which is interesting. I think that probably wouldn't happen nowadays unless you got a DSCR mortgage. DSCR stands for debt service coverage ratio. So if you're interested in getting like a property for Airbnb, or even like a multifamily or something like that, you can do a DSCR loan, where the income that they use is the income generated from the property, whether that be an Airbnb pro forma or what they determine to be the pro forma of the actual rental property. So what's interesting about my situation is that, I had, a non-real estate business, then, and even now, but it was my internet marketing business, and it really did take off. I mean, it did very unusually well, very quickly, pretty shortly after I went full time with it. Now, when I say shortly, I mean probably, let's say, within about 8 months, it really started taking off. So I did have the money, the capital for the down payments for these other properties that I went into after I co-invested with my brother. But at the end of the day, I still didn't know what I was doing. I had really no idea what I was doing. In fact, even when I purchased, when I went and put the money down on the loft condo, my third property, I wasn't even renting the vacation house yet. So again, the mindset going in, I wasn't even thinking about it. Once I moved out of the vacation house, because I did live there for over a year, once I moved out of the vacation house, I was like, oh my God, I got to rent this. And it really wasn't even, I didn't really, really ever rent anything before that. So, yeah, this is never something I would have ever predicted, but yet as all these years have passed, I've held on to these investment properties and now have a rental portfolio that generates an average between 15 and 30,000 per month, consistently in bookings. So how did all this look? Uh, Well, I mean, once I started to rent the vacation house, it was pretty clear that it was going to, at least at the time, help pay for the vacation house. I wasn't looking to, or nor was I imagining that it would entirely pay for it, because even at the time, I had a friend live there, and then she actually got it ready for other vacation renters. That's when I had first learned about VRBO. Uh, so it was just to help supplement all that. Then next, I ran my internet marketing business as usual, and juggled real estate and rentals. Um, I tried to, live frugally well, I mean, nowadays it's kind of been a while since I had a leased car, but, back when I first went into the main residence from the vacation house, I mean, I was doing leased cars to get those tax write-offs, but pretty much once the financial crisis hit, I've been driving, paid off cars and try to live frugally. Next, I invested in properties during fruitful times in non-real estate business, right? So when times were good, I made a point to invest in real estate. It wasn't like I was seeking out real estate. It really just kind of happened, and I thought it would be good investment. I mean, at least for me, when I was younger, I had always said, when the time is there, when the money's there, my first thing I want to do, before settling down, is I want to get a boat, and I actually the house kind of came after the fact, but I kind of had always wanted to do that. Admittedly, I actually have not been very good at saving since pretty much the financial crisis, right? So since like probably '09, uh, but at least for me, I paying the mortgages down between paying the mortgages down and appreciation, I've always looked at that as my forced savings. And then also, once the equity appeared in the properties, I'm then able to actually leverage that into acquiring more investment properties. So today, this rental portfolio is worth about 3 million, and like I said, it generates anywhere between 15 to 30,000, per month. And I'm actually working on launching 4 more as we speak and as I, talk here, right? This would not be possible without leveraging the banks and the lenders along the way. And fortunately, I was also able to secure 2.8 uh, 2.8% 30-year fixed mortgages, during the pandemic. This, cheap debt is obviously amazing, and it actually motivates me to keep holding on. I will be using, equity loans from the existing equity to make new acquisitions, but the rentals, the guests and the rentals, they will all pay off the loans. Each property should appreciate yearly and will also appreciate, of course, over time. Depreciation and active income offset will lower my taxes, all while I'm able to cash flow like an above average salary each month. Okay, there you go. So as you can see, this particular video is about real estate. I have been, talking about generating consistent 4 and 5 figure deposits and achieving a $1 million net worth or more through owning furnished property rentals. Everybody, if you like this, you can consider subscribing to the channel. I will, be talking about more than just real estate in time, but I do, cover this subject now. And you can also give the video a like. If you also know somebody that might benefit from this video, you can also forward them the video. You're going to see some links in the description. If you're interested in what I call the wealth building strategy quinfecta, you get 5 benefits from actually doing a real estate investment. And right now, those that are really good at short and medium term rentals are experiencing and shooting for 20% cash on cash, which doesn't factor in the other 4 benefits, right, of the real estate investment. You can go to those links. I actually have, I call it the SMTR launch kit. Very, very basic, very inexpensive. And you can go click there and, get into that. And then also you'll see my email address. In addition, I also have some very basic email coaching that I do. and you'll see that information in the links in the description. Thank you very much and have a great one.